So, my typical testing arena is the holodeck. So, let's actually do that. By the way, hey, Cryptic. Here's an idea. I'm just spitballing. Useful holodecks in the interiors that possess them. Like, spending 20 bucks for a ship interior gives you a holodeck that you can use for, just like, you don't even have to make a new map for it. Just, like, reuse the map that you used for, Beyond the Nexus. And just, like, spawn, like, random enemies in. You know, just as a way of, like, testing, like, weapons and kit modules and stuff. Like, give the player something practical and useful out of the $20 purchase of the bridge interior. Or, like, the $60 pack that they bought for, like, the Intrepid interior. Not so much for the people who bought the Defiant, as it doesn't have a holodeck. But you can put a holodeck in there, I suppose. It's been long enough. They could have a, like, because Quark's holosuites aren't very big. You could actually fit one of Quark's holosuites, something that size, the size of one of Quark's holosuites. You could totally fit that on the Defiant. So actually, yeah, you could do that. It's the 25th century. Components have shrunk down. The ships have more room in them. And there's less crew. There's canonically less crew on these ships. Much more of the crew is photonic. So, actually, yes, you could give the Defiant a holosuite. So, even the Defiant could benefit from a holodeck. And as for the TOS ships, this is an even deeper cut. In the original series, they actually did have something like a holodeck. It was called the Recreation Room, the Rec Room or something. And it was basically like a big environment simulator. You could totally add that. There's lots of unused doors in the TOS interior that you could totally add that to on the crew deck. I'm just saying. But let's see what these little guys look like. Oh, you guys are cool. So, I can basically call down an army. Okay. I can summon exocomps, I can summon Starfleet Security, and I can summon the Lin Kuei. This guy, this particular ninja is, he's been dipping too far into the pizza rolls. 14 endeavors. I don't give a fuck about endeavors. And it's already recharged. That's fast. What's the recharge rate on this? 1 minute 29. Can it be reduced? Yes, it can. Okay, cool. That's not bad. So now I gotta come up with names for these guys. The reason I call the drone that Karen summons Nanmo is because exocomps are actually inspired, and by inspired, I mean taken directly from, an anime called Dirty Pair, where there is a sort of a droid companion to the eponymous duo that is called Nanmo, and he's basically their R2, but sort of like an anime version. This isn't like I say they took it wholesale, but the fact of the matter is, the people who made Star Trek: The Next Generation, and here's another reminder that I hate New Trek. The people who made Star Trek: The Next Generation were actually huge fans of anime, and there's tons of references scattered everywhere to Magic Knight Rayearth and Urusei Yatsura and Macross and like all kinds of stuff, and especially Dirty Pair. Dirty Pair actually pops up a lot in Next Generation. Two of the big examples, though, are in, not the battle, but there's a, what the hell, it's a War Games episode, where the planets in the systems are named after the two protagonists of Dirty Pair, and in the existence of the exocomps, who are lifted directly out of Dirty Pair. This is not one way. This was actually returned towards the next generation. You would often see next generation memorabilia in the background in Dirty Pair. You'd see like Star Trek ships and stuff, like model. I think there's this one episode where they're like bodyguarding some kid, and like there's like a model Enterprise in the background, like a model Enterprise D. Japan was actually like, and is still, a huge fan of Star Trek. If you think there are like really crazy Star Trek fans in the United States, or like the Dutch countries and Japan, that's where the real crazy Star Trek fans are. And this is a story that and I've told this story before, but the Woglinde is named after the starship you begin on in Xenosaga, which is deliberately designed like a Galaxy-class starship. It is an intentional reference, essentially. It's this huge, luxurious starship that's capable of, that has a primary hull and a secondary hull. It's capable of starship separation. At one point, they bring up a plot point from like Q-Who where they can't risk firing their torpedoes this close to the ship or the explosion would destroy them. Like, it's the Enterprise D, essentially. And it's even confirmed in the in-game encyclopedia that has a lot of like in development and behind-the-scenes stuff in there about like what, like examples are like when they went to was it TGS or E3? It might have been TGS, and like the Western audiences who were watching it had no idea what the hell the characters were eating. They're eating curry in one scene, and like people were like, "What the hell is that? Is that spaghetti? Is that weird spaghetti? What is that?" And so I sort of like named my Galaxy-class ship the Woglinde as a way of sort of like completing that circle, essentially. And because I think the Xenosaga games are really, really good, and I really like them. Although that first one is fucking fiendish. But now I gotta figure out a name for these three exocomps. I can't just call them Kay and Yuri. This is an interesting storyline. This is certainly better than the Klingon Civil War. So, okay. You got me. Let's see where they go with this. Lita mentioned a simulation, and I believe that simulation is actually a queue called Project Wolf. Or something Wolf. This is Synthwave. We're not doing that. It sucks. Synthwave is interesting. I'll tell you how... Actually, we might do Synthwave. I might do it just to talk about how it could be useful in a world design way. Like if you visited a planet that had like different destinations, like along the surface, like how you could use this style of map better, essentially as an overworld map, essentially. But I might do that sometime. But right now we are looking for Wolf. So this is going to be Terran marks, I think. Operation Wolf. Partake in Admiral Lita's training scenario where you raid the Terran Empire's orbital star fortress to steal valuable intel. I figured turnabout is fair play, so I decided that it's time to practice shooting at some Terrans. And I have broken out the old standby, because I used to use this all the time. I've had it sitting in my base for a long time, but since Mirror Me is using it, you know, I might as well. The old fleet split beam that I got forever and a day ago. I used the hell out of this thing. This and the fleet sniper. Also, the door is continuing. Why can't we lock the fucking doors? Jesus. Operation Wolf. Suppose we should make our way to the holodeck. Alright, I'm in the holodeck, ready to simulate. Here we come. Here we come to the problem with Star Trek Online. One of the many problems with this game. If it is not here, people don't give a shit. Yeah, everything gives you fleet marks. So, look at this. Look at all these cues. Look at them. Everybody's just doing these two. That's it. That or Jupiter Uranus, because it's right there. That's it. So, get comfortable, because we might be waiting a while for this cue to pop. What would be nice? Hey, Cryptic. This would be nice, if Cryptic did this, is if you could select a solo instance, where you could just go in there with your boffs. Just let me go in there with my boffs. Let me do it as a solo instance instead of sitting here waiting forever. Here we go. Finally. Final Fantasy XIV has started doing this. I think it's called Trusts. Where you can take, like, the characters from the story. Like, so that if a queue is not, like, the featured one... Like, if a queue is not the one that has been featured, then I can still, like, I can still enjoy that content without having to wait for hours.
Everyone's here? Good. Let's get started. In this simulation, you'll be infiltrating the Terran Space Defense Fortress. Your objective? Acquire critical intel from the database in operations. A team of exocomps will perform the security breaches and data acquisition. Protect them. Otherwise, your progress may be slowed or halted altogether. Once you have the data, you will need to find a method of escape. Transporters won't be an option once their shields go up. My suggestion? Steal a shuttle and leave the place in style.
Understood. Ready to begin.
Operations is locked down. Use the exocomps to get the doors open. Get to the consoles down in the security hub. Deploy exocomps to the consoles. Once all three are set, they'll start cracking the security system.
Oh boy, this is going to be great! This system won't even know what hit it!
Hurl it. Acid burn. Oh no!
I'll cut through the security like a hot knife through soft butter.
They do have names.
All right, the exocomps have started their hack. Keep them in one piece.
Serial killer. Zero cool. Oh my god, really? It's just... I haven't seen that movie in ages.
Heads up! They're using site-to-site transporters to beam troops in.
Oi.
System hack at 25%.
Excuse me.
Bring me their heads, or you'll all spend your final moments in an agonizing.
Can I even heal you? I don't know.
Ouch! Feeling a lot less optimal over here.
Psy.
It'll have half. They're bringing me to the house.
Almost there. System hack at 75%. Watch your exocomps.
Whoever kills these terrorists will get their own
Can I heal you?
ship to command.
Yes. Fuck you!
That's it. Security system bypass complete.
Security teams, report to operation. Do not let anyone inside.
Ow.
That door control should allow you to open the blast door now. Deploy exocomps out of the database before the Terrans delete all the files.
Ow.
Later. I don't have time to waste on your lackeys. Face me yourself, coward!
You got bigger problems.
Okay, Johnny.
Computer, initiate transport.
Keep those Terrans on my back. Oh boy, here we go again.
Okay, here we go. Keep those
Oh, that's cool.
You get what you came here for.
Also probably bad news.
You don't know when to quit, do you? All technicians, report to ops. You really must think highly of yourself. You thought you had it. You are swiftly becoming annoying.
Data acquisition at 25%. Keep it up.
You really must think highly of yourself if you thought you had it.
How many you got?
Swiftly becoming annoying.
How many you got on the station? Oh, there he is.
Data acquisition at 50%. Watch out for trouble.
You really must think highly of yourself if you thought you had it.
Summon Starfleet. I'm gonna summon the Exocomps in a second. And give me about a minute and I'll summon the Lin Kuei.
Transporter room! Emergency transport!
Man, y'all ain't got nothing.
Data acquisition at 75%. You're almost there.
Surprise!
Surprise, motherfucker!
Transporter room, now!
Data acquisition complete. Well done.
You won't get rid of me that easy.
I've been getting rid of you pretty easily.
Damn it! Win the Tigress! Get me out of here!
Tigress? Hey. That's not a bad name for a ship, actually. But is that a runabout, though? That's just... Because that's the runabout. That's my shuttlecraft. So, interesting. It's fucking... I was talking with this, with Laura Ice about this. It's kind of bizarre, the parallels I'm seeing between the mirror stuff and my own headcanon for my character lore. It's weird how many things are lining up.
Ensign, lock phasers.
I figured that was a runabout.
Fire!
Ah, shit.
New
This is Quinn. Beam in the troops. Fire the main phaser.
Lightning strike. Yep, I just took a runabout's dual phaser banks to the face. And I'm still here. Don't ask me how. There's a tiny runabout!
Bring the anti-personnel missiles online. Flush them out.
Keep on suppressing.
Excuse me, missiles?
But it's still in the fight.
This is Quinn. Beam in the troops. Divert power to weapon systems and fire at will.
Woo! You're doing it! You're actually doing
Lock phasers and missiles. Destroy them. Fire the missile.
Yellow. Hello. Uh-oh. Woo!
This is Quinn. What I've done for you. So, give me maximum.
it. That runabout is bad shape now. Keep fighting!
How does it sound temporary?
I'm envious. I've wanted to pop that pompous gas bag for years now. Well done. Not quite to Terran standards, but a fine performance nonetheless. I like your odds if you ever have to go up against the real thing. And wouldn't that be interesting?
Uh, 102 marks. Hey!
Well done. Not...
Let's see. Fleet marks. I need those. Up. 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 Ah, it's not gonna let me through. What do we got here? Material supply command. See, material supply... there has to be somebody with, like, their head screwed on straight. Actually keeping things running while the crazy people are off, blowing each other up. If I walk through these doors, what will I be? Nowhere. Okay, it's an invisible wall. Where's my flashlight? Oh, I don't have my flashlight. No, my flashlight's on me. What the fuck am I doing? Hello? Okay, there's literally nothing in there. Alright. Is there anything interesting lying around here? That runabout... that runabout has an interior. Like, way back there. I can see it. What? I can see inside the windows of that runabout. Alright. Let's bugger off. Don't mind me. Just changing my outfit. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Okay, interesting. The Tigress, you say? The runabout Tigress. Add that to the list of bizarre coincidences with my character, with like this mirror stuff. Like, that's a video in and of itself. Like, just like the crazy list of bizarre coincidences that actually like super line up with my character's lore regarding this mirror stuff. It's weird. It's strange and a little worrisome. Is somebody at Cryptic inside, like, do they have the ability to read my brain? Or is one of them actually, like, watching the channel? I doubt the channel part, but the brain part I haven't written off yet.
Cadets arriving from Starfleet Academy must report to Admiral Quinn's office upon arrival.
So the next big content drop is in May, and oh look, we don't have a calendar anymore, that's right. I forgot that they ripped the calendar out of this game. One of the things that they're going to be doing in May is changing the tutorial. Now, the Federation tutorial has been through a number of different versions. Back when this character was created for the Head Start in February of 2010, you were a lieutenant serving aboard a ship. Then there was like a little pass done over that. Let's visit the ship bridge. Things are getting silly. Then they did a pass over that. And they didn't change much, but it was basically just a polish pass. And then they completely threw it out and redid it with Season 8, which is where the iteration of the tutorial that we currently have comes from. With minor changes. Like, with a few minor changes. And now they're going to be redoing it again. So at some point, I will probably have to... at some point, I'm probably going to have to cover that new tutorial, if I haven't already. I don't think I have. But I'll cover that new tutorial, or the current tutorial, I said. The current new tutorial before they swap it out for the new tutorial for the Federation. Because the Federation tutorial is the worst one of the game. The Federation starting experience is the worst. The 23rd Century Federation is the best, in my opinion. Well, technically, I guess technically the Dominion would be the best because they get to start with Victory's life. But then they really don't have a game after that. They just have, alright, here's the episode list, go play. Basically, like that, like here's your simulations of what's been going on in the Alpha Quadrant, and they don't really have any any kind of agency at all. It's just a holodeck simulation, like the dumb Discovery missions that they foisted on everybody else. So I'll probably cover the new tutorial, or the current new tutorial before they switch to the new tutorial.